So your dad needs more help than he used to. Maybe it's just a few hours a week right now. Maybe it's gotten more serious than that. Either way, you've probably started doing the math and the numbers are just not adding up. Most families I talk with have no idea what things actually cost until they're already paying for it. Nobody hands you a guide for this. You just get dropped into it and have to figure it out as you go. That's what this video is for. We're going to talk about what care actually costs here in New Hampshire, and more importantly, the programs that exist to help pay for it all. There's more help out there than you might expect. The problem is usually just knowing where to look. I'm Hannah. I'm a real estate agent in central New Hampshire, and I help people figure out what comes next, whether that involves a house or not. Paying for care comes up in almost every conversation I have with families going through this. It doesn't matter how much planning someone has done. There's almost always something they didn't know about or didn't think to ask. If you're in that spot right now, trying to sort out how this all works, feel free to grab my calendar link from the top of the description below. We can just talk. No pressure, no agenda. This is one of those videos where I mention a bunch of different things kind of quickly, so just watch first and check the description below for all the links after. They're labeled and easy to go through. Here's the part that catches New Hampshire families off guard. Medicare, the insurance your parent has paid for years, does not pay for long-term care. It pays for doctor visits, hospital stays, short-term skilled nursing after hospitalization, but the ongoing day-to-day help with bathing and dressing and meals and getting around, that's not what Medicare was built for. So when families find out what things actually cost out of pocket, it can feel like the floor dropped out. Non-medical home care runs about $33 an hour here in New Hampshire. If your parent needs 20 hours a week, that's close to $2,800 a month. Adult daycare, which a lot of families haven't considered, averages around $120 a day statewide. Assisted living is averaging over $7,000 a month in New Hampshire right now, and a nursing home can run well over $100,000 a year. I'm not saying those scary numbers to scare anyone. I'm saying this because knowing the real numbers is the only way to make a plan that actually works. So what does exist? Long-term care insurance. If your parent bought a policy, even years ago, even one they haven't thought about in a while, find it, read it. These policies can cover home care, assisted living, or nursing home costs. Every policy is different. The benefit period, the daily maximum, the elimination period, it all matters. Don't assume it won't help until you've actually looked at it. Veterans benefits. If your parent served, the VA's aid and attendance benefit can provide real financial support for care costs. This one gets overlooked constantly, so it's worth a call to the New Hampshire State Veterans Council. And Medicaid. This is the big one and the one with the most confusion around it. Medicaid is the primary payer for long-term care, but it has strict financial eligibility requirements, income and asset limits that most people don't meet right away. What usually happens is that families pay out of pocket until savings are spent down, and then Medicaid steps in. There's also a community-based option called the Choices for Independence Waiver. This is designed to help people stay home instead of going to a nursing home. It can cover things like personal care, adult daycare, meal delivery, and home modifications. The catch is that it's not guaranteed. There are a limited number of slots each year, and there's always a waiting list. So you don't apply when you need it, you apply before you need it. One more thing about Medicaid that families often find out too late: your parents' home may be exempt while they're alive, but after they pass, New Hampshire can seek reimbursement from the estate for what Medicaid paid, and the estate is often the house. An elder law attorney can help you understand how that works. That conversation is worth having early. Find out what your parents' financial picture actually looks like. Income, savings, any insurance policies, VA eligibility. You can't build a plan around information you don't have. Have you been through any of this with your own family? Tell me in the comments. What surprised you most? Do you feel like there's enough information out there about all of this? If you watched last week's video about resources available in the Concord area for people aging in place or being cared for by family, a lot of those programs connected directly to what we talked about today. I'll put that link in the description too. If you have questions about any of this, or if you're trying to figure out what the right next step is, you're welcome to reach out. My number is 603-573-6969. Remember, the links to everything I mentioned are in the description below. Leave a comment if I missed anything, or if you need help finding something different. Next week, we're talking about the real estate market in Concord right now, specifically through the lens of someone who's 55 or older and thinking about downsizing. What's actually available, what single-level living looks like in this market, and what it realistically costs to make a move right now. I release videos every Tuesday and Friday. Thanks for being here. I'll see you next time. No. The VA's aid and attendance benefit? Why is that hard to say? Oh gosh. Is that what the other one is? The VA's aid attendance benefit